Hey everyone, how is it going? Hello, hello. Okay, so my templates are gonna look a little bit different now because we got the laser up and running, but we are going to be painting this cute llama for Valentine's. This is kind of a spin-off of the one that we painted earlier, the Christmas one. So I added a little bit more to it and drew it up a little bit differently, but it kind of resembles some of the same of it. So I thought we would have a little bit of fun with it. Hello. Okay, so one thing that's awesome about not having to do the carbon stencil is we can go ahead and start painting white. Normally I have these painted white before and then the stencil on, but since we already have the stencil on, it will show through. So anywho, I'm going to move the second one up here onto my paint rack or pizza rack. That's really what it is. So hope everybody's doing good. And I'm not seeing comments. Let me pull it up on my phone. It's saying that people hopped on. I'm just not seeing comments yet, so. Which, Facebook has been kind of funny, so we never know. Okay. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and paint this white. I'm just using normal white acrylic paint. Let me flip you guys. Okay. So we're just gonna throw some white on here. Let me grab a brush. I'm gonna throw my water bottle. All right, whenever you put white on wood, or any paint on wood, you do have to kind of work a little fast. So we will work real fast here. I've also added the template for you guys. And then I will show you how you can still see the outlines even though we've painted over it. Because I know it's a little bit hard to see on the camera right now. And you don't always have to paint it white, especially with the lighter wood. I just like to have a white base or a primer base. I feel like it takes less of the other coats of paint. But that's just me. And I also feel like it lets the paint get a little bit brighter, just like how normal primer for your walls would. And then I was thinking I wouldn't have to paint the edges since the laser has them black, but I wasn't liking the look. So we're just going to paint these edges real quick. Hey Nancy and Sherry, how are you? So just painting these edges. Don't have to be super perfect, but this is also giving our base just a little bit of time to dry. Oh, Kathy, you're fine. You're like 4 minutes late, sweet pea. You're fine. You're not late at all. I may have popped on just a few minutes early, or about a couple minutes early too, so. My phone chimed and I didn't even pay attention to what it was, so it could have just been the reminder. Okay. So I'm not too worried about it being a little bit dull because of the black. I just think that it needs a little bit of a coat on it. I'm not going to worry too much about it. But I was noticing the paint was dripping over on the edges. I just didn't like the look of it. I felt like it looked a little bit incomplete. So that's why I'm painting the edges. I might have to get a little bit more paint here. Oh, here's some. So because I was painting it sloppily, we obviously have some extra paint. So you guys all done with Christmas shopping, wrapping? Where are you guys at? I'm doing pretty good. So the girls didn't have school today. Today was their first official day of winter break. So they slept in a little bit, which was nice. And then I had a friend invite me to go to lunch, so we sat in a cart and ate together. But hey, it was something fun, right? Something different. And we went and got, the girls wanted to get Brian, my husband, just a few more, like an extra little gift. So we went to Walmart and got a gift. Oh my gosh, was that crazy? But other than that, everything's been going good. Okay, why is my mouse not working? There we go. So on the computer, it's not streaming, or it's not scrolling and giving me your guys' comments. Kathy, you're done? Or Nancy, you're done? Hi, Eloise. Yes, ready for Christmas? Perfect. Yeah, we went and got cupcake liners as well. So we'll be making cupcakes probably, I don't know if I'm up for it tonight, but one of these days we'll be making cupcakes soon. And we got the stuff for sugar cookies, so they're excited. My sugar cookie pan was looking pretty bad, so I actually bought a new one. Alright. So you can see now, can you guys see those etch lines? They're just barely popping through. But by the time that you get more paint on them, they'll be gone. So it'll be really nice. And no more carbon papering for me. Yay! I know, I never really feel done either. I always feel like I could get more. My kids didn't bring down my paint trays, you guys. Oh, yes they did. Believe it or not, I went through all of my dang paint trays, so I needed to get them all cleaned up. So what I was thinking that would be kind of cute, a little bit different with the llama, is that we could ombre with a light pink on the edges, just to add some fun. Hey Trish, how are you, sweetie? I was even thinking we could do his face a light pink and then do the sunglasses. Just have some fun. You know, do it a little bit Valentine-y, a little bit funny. If Valentine is a word, it's a word I made up. I know, fluff and walk away, right? All right, so we're just going in, and I'm not gonna be super careful with the white, just because this is kind of our base coat anyways. But we'll just go around, get some good coverage here. And then we'll do the ombre. And I was thinking a really, really light pink, just to kind of pull in everything. I was thinking about doing something Christmas for you guys. Oh, this phone. Yay, you found me. Hey, Carol. I kind of do a Christmas theme today, but you guys, I am done with Christmas. I am truly done. I finished some of my last minute projects for myself that I was kind of playing with, and got those done the other day, and so I'm like, I'm done. Like, I can't think about Christmas until at least July. So what we're doing is I'm just lining and getting the white, getting us a nice good coat, kind of smoothing as we're going, loading the brush, and we're kind of doing a little bit of ripples just because the edges have ripples, but really we're just kind of smoothing it out. Then we'll come in and do some ombreing or shading. It's a nice technique to kind of add some fun and some pop to your piece. All right. Hey Michelle, how are you? Okay, I'm just gonna go over. I can hear Brian playing with the laser, or I'm praying it's Brian. He was wanting to make a sign for one of our friends that just recently moved into their home, so after a long, lengthy process. I think he's been having more fun with the laser than I have. Hey Robbie, how are you? Okay, so I'm going to probably, I'm just going to use this back of my plate here for the shading. We're going to get a really light pink, which I'm going to go with hydrangea pink. And I don't know why I'm holding on to this brush, because this brush is a little too big for what we want to do. But we'll grab the white, throw it onto the tray here, or onto the plate here. And I think I'm gonna go with I want to say this is a 1/4 of a brush. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dip the top pink in the, or the top tip in the pink, the white at the back. We're gonna kind of go back and forth a little bit, get a nice ombre tone to it. And you guys can do this with white or the lighter paint, even if it's wet, it will still work. I think I want it just a little bit lighter though. Okay. And all we're doing is just creating a more focal line, kind of giving some more dimension to our llama. All right, so we're just going to come in, give us some little loops. Okay, I am not liking how dark that went. I'll lighten that up a little bit. Okay, so white again, a little bit of pink, back and forth with the ombre or the shading. We're just making kind of little swoops. I hope you guys can see that. So again, just little swoopies. With our brush, grabbing some more white, just a little bit of pink. Maybe we'll use this light pink for his face, just to give a little more dimension since we have it out. Feeling a little Bob Rossi. Add a little this, a little that. I don't know, did Bob Ross wear reindeer antlers? Right? I really do, I think he is too. It's fun, you guys, I have to admit. I was so nervous that it was gonna be such a learning curve. And I think because we've dealt with the CNC so much and everything else, that it really wasn't as bad as what I anticipated it to be. I think learning the CNC was a lot harder. But like I said, I think some of it is because we already had that initial, you know, learning process of the accesses and stuff like that. But this machine is pretty nice. It does a lot of the work for you versus the CNC that I had. There was a lot more that you had to learn with it. But he was making the girls' signs yesterday. It was so cute. My phone just cut you guys off here. There we go. Okay, so remember you guys that the template is in it's a Dropbox link. If you're having problems, let us know. It's Lori's Dropbox link that I'm using, but let us know if you're having problems and we'll see if we can fix it. But it should just come right straight through when you click that link. You'll be able to grab it. Same as when we did the snowman earlier. All right. This could go for like a baby or like a baby's room. You're doing the llamas. Kind of reminding me of that. We'll get it looking more Valentine-ish, I promise. But I thought it would be a fun little way that we could add a little bit of fun to and show you how you can take a design and create a little bit something different from it, from already a design that you had. So I used the design that I had with the Christmas one that I painted for you guys, and then what we did is we just added upon it. And since this is all going to be darker material with his face, I am going to just paint over the lines and we'll just add on to it. So I'm just using the hydrangea pink for his face. I probably could have went to a bigger brush. You guys know me, I hate cleaning brushes. Hate it. I was going to pull out my new paintbrushes that I found. So I found some new paintbrushes at Walmart that I haven't seen before. And I was going to test them out, see how I liked them. So I'll let you guys know. But I can show you what they look like if you want. Let me just get this in. Hey, Cece. Yeah, how are you guys so excited about the retreat? I'm so excited to see you guys. It gives me something to look forward to after Christmas. It's so always just yucky and gross here after Christmas. And it's like, ugh, winter be over. And I mean, happy first day of winter. Did you guys know today was the first day of winter? Just FYI. Okay, so we got that painted. Face is done. Oh, I was going to ombre right here too, I noticed. Let me grab a little bit of white. Actually, a lot more white. Okay. I'll just go right here, right there. Okay. And I'm just going to hit just a little bit of his ears. There we go. I'll bring that up to the camera so you can see. Whew, my phone's being crazy. Hey, Ann, how are you? Okay. So here is what we've got so far with llama. You can still see those etch lines, but like I said, they're going to start getting filled in. Let me move this plate out of the way. And I was thinking it would be fun to do maybe like a little teal, and we've got this lighter pink. We'll do red for the glasses and maybe some fuchsia I think would be cute. We'll add a little bit of drizzle gray just for some highlighting. And I'm trying to think what else. Oh, and some yellow. We're going to want some yellow for the daisy. And I might add a little bit of this think pink into the tassels. Okay, so I think we're going to start with the saddle so we can give the face a little bit of a rest so we can let it dry. I know, that baby is so cute, Anne. This bottle wanted to explode on me. Okay, so this is Caribbean blue that I'm using. I love this color. It's a good in-between turquoise, kind of a good teal color. Let me see, do I have a paintbrush in here that I want to use? Oh, those are a little too big. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a 3/8 angle. You are so welcome. Okay, so I got my brush just a little bit wet. This helps the paint glide a little bit on your brush so you don't have those drag strokes as much. So just wetting the brush a little bit. I mean, you don't want it super wet, just a little, hate using the word, but moist really does help it. All right. So this is just a little bit of like back and forth. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing the brush in and then pulling back. And then just smoothing out my lines. We're going to do the same thing right here. Go in and then pull back. All right. And then pull to smooth out our paint here. And then if you notice that you've got a little too much on your brush, you can always just dop it right there and then go into your line if you've loaded up your brush too much. That helps a lot too. Okay. Hold on, I just caught something here. Oh, Robbie, I'm sorry. Maybe next time, for sure. I know what it was like when I was first starting out my business too. It's hard when you first start out. Make goals. Goals were like one of the best things for me to do. It gives you drive. All right. So I'm just going to smooth this out. You are so welcome, Anne. Oh, I already said that. I'm sorry. It is so funny, you guys. My thing just does not want to scroll. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm just going to paint the edge real quick here. All right. Okay, so that blue, you might need an extra coat on. It's a pretty good coverage. It could be a one and done, but we're just gonna make sure on that. I'm actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna actually just use the back of one of my thicker brushes for the tassel part. And I think we're gonna go with some different colors just to add some fun here. All right, so blue, we'll do a fuchsia, and then red, and then we'll throw blue. There we go. The blue is, you love the blue, thank you. And yes, it will work out. It's Caribbean blue from Delta. Because you guys know I love myself some Delta paint. I'm going to go in with a smaller brush just for the tassel part. This is a 1/4 angle. And then I told you guys that I found my little my paintbrush holder at the dollar store, right? It's my favorite thing in the whole world. It's amazing. I'll show you what it looks like in just one sec. So all I'm doing is I'm just curving around. So it kind of almost, I know this is funny because it's winter, but it kind of, these tassels kind of almost remind me of like a snowman would be. Okay. Can you guys see that? They kind of look like little snowman blobs. We'll make them funny. But that's that for right now. And what are we thinking for the daisy? Should we do a white daisy? Or should we do a red daisy? I'm trying to think of what would be cute. Yes, it is one of my favorites. I think you can pick this one up at Target in their section if you're a Target person. And I know Joann's, of course, carries this one. This one's a good one to find. I'm actually liking the coverage of blue. I don't think that we're going to need any more. So I will go ahead and waste not my paint and scoop that in there. Okay. All right, so the next one, what shall we do next? What fun shall we have? Okay, I'm thinking fuchsia for the blankie part, and then we'll put the tassels out. And then maybe, should we do the fuchsia daisy? I'm thinking I like that. I think I'm gonna go with that. Okay, so fuchsia. This is just normal fuchsia. This is not the royal fuchsia. Royal fuchsia is a little bit darker, so just FYI on that. And I'm going to go back with that 1/4 inch brush. And oh my gosh, this chair is squeaking. Maybe I had too much for lunch. And I met my friend. We did have tacos. Because you guys know, I love me some tacos. Okay. So I'm just angling this. Sorry guys, my wrist has been killing me again. Alright. Not as bad as the other day though. The other day I was worried if I could even paint for you. I'm so excited for Dawn, but I'm also like kind of waiting to see how her surgery goes, whether I really want to do mine. Okay, I am running into some blue, so I'm gonna hurry and get this glob of paint, and then we're gonna dry this for a second. I thought the blue up top was a little bit more dry than what it was. I have a lot of paint on here, so I don't want to ruin that. So we'll go here. We're going to angle. There we go. Now we can smooth that out. Now if you have just too much paint, you can always take the paint when you're smoothing it across and then just take it and put, push it back into your palette. That will help too. All right, let me just hit this a little bit with the heat gun. Had that tonight, chicken tacos. I had chicken tacos for lunch. Okay, so also remember, I know I say this every time, but the heat gun, make sure you're moving it a lot, because if not, your paint's going to bubble on you, and then you're going to have a big, big mess. Where do you find Delta paint? You can find it at Target, and you can find it at Hobby Lobby, and you can also find it at Joann's. And I mean, I like Americana paint, don't get me wrong. I think they have some really good ones. I just have always really enjoyed Delta paint. When I just used to do like the block painting where you would put, you'd paint the blocks and then Mod Podge paper on. I used to do it then as well, and I really enjoyed that paint then too. So I'm just kind of used to it. So it's just kind of become my thing, I guess. But like I said, every now and then you'll see me pop out, some good Americana or deco art. Apple Barrel, you get what you pay for. A lot of the time with Apple Barrel, I don't mind Apple Barrel for the white and the black at all. I use that all the time, but I do not care for it too much for the colors. Every now and then you'll see me use it, but really, I've always had really bad luck with it watered down, and you have to put on a lot of coats. So it's just not my friend. The Craft Smart by Michaels is another one that I do not endorse at all. I would probably endorse Apple Barrel before I would endorse them. It's just not good. It is a lot of painting, and to me, painting's supposed to be fun. You shouldn't be having to paint a million coats, because painting coats after coats is just not fun. Hey, Johnny. Yes, Robbie, those heat guns do get very, very hot. I have burnt the ever-loving out of myself before with them, so also be very careful when using them. And like I said, with paint, you guys, I usually always keep my paint on the low setting. I never turn it up to the high. And then I know people have asked me before with the hot gun or my heat gun where I've gotten it, and you guys know I love myself some Harbor Freight. So it came from Harbor Freight. It's nothing special, but boy does it get the job done. And we don't have to buy all the expensive tools. Yes, Apple is definitely hit or miss. And to be honest, it's been a lot of misses for me. So I've just kind of given up on it. All right, I'm just noticing, and it could just be because it's drying, but I'm getting just a little bit of brush see-through on the fuchsia, which fuchsia, it wouldn't surprise me. Pink sometimes is one of those ones that you're going to have to do a double coat on. Same with red. Oh, I've never really found a red that's a one and done with the red either. Green is the same way. Green's going to come out a little bit splotchy that first coat. Second coat's going to go on a lot better. And I'm noticing this blue, I'm not liking this one little tassel. Yep, exactly. Exactly, Fifi. Miss Johnny, how are you feeling, sweetheart? You've been in my thoughts and prayers. Oh, I was going to do the flower, wasn't I? I got way too much fuchsia, like I always do. I always get too much paint. All right, so we're just looping and twisting. We're twisting the brush, letting the brush do the work for us and just twisting it in our fingers. So I hope you guys can see that. Let's see if I tilt it. So if you go like this, we're just taking our brush and spinning it in our fingers, twirling our fingers with it. That's going to help a lot, and it's not going to hurt your wrist as bad because you're keeping your wrist nice and sturdy and straight. It's also going to give you a much steadier line when you do it that way. And then we'll just come back and do it the exact same way on the other way. So once again, we're going to go curl this way. And I can only get to about half before I can't really feel, I don't feel like I have good control. So then I'll come back the other way with the brush. Same thing again. That one I got the full one. Look at me go. Same thing here. We're going to go right here with the ear. Come back over. There we go. Alright. Oops. There we go. Okay. Just going around the circle of the flower a little bit, cleaning that up. And then I'll use probably just the back of my brush to get that yellow center. Let's see. This is looking really good there. So we will go ahead and put the fuchsia away. Hoping to do lives tomorrow. Oh, perfect, Johnny. Well, don't push yourself, sweetie. If you wake up tomorrow and you're not feeling 100%, you don't push yourself. Woo, we are having a paint disaster over here. Come on, go in. Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh, there we go. That was fun. That was a little scary there for a minute. We were living a little dangerous. Okay, I think I like wasted more paint than I saved on that one. Oh well. That's why you don't play with little brushes. Okay. And red time. Red I am using is bright red. It's also one of my favorites. It's just like that perfect, I mean, it may have just a little bit of orange to it, but it's not very much. It's really pretty. Down to 2 paint pills. Woo woo! You go, girl. I do too, sweetheart. Okay, so 1/4 angle brush one more time here. And I was thinking what would be cute is we could add some hearts into the saddlebag, or like the I don't know what you would call that, saddle blanket. So this red, like I said, you guys, red is definitely a double coat. Your red's gonna look a little bit splotchy, kind of like what green will look like when you do that first coat. And then you'll put that second coat on and it just fills it all in and looks phenomenal. So don't be afraid. You're doing everything okay. So just so you guys know, when you go into the Dropbox for the files, I've included a JPEG so that you can go to Block Poster and you can size it up to whatever size you want. Or you can, I also have an SVG file as well that you can load it in to a machine, and the machine you can then resize to what you want it to as well. Or if you just wanted to print it out, you can do that. And that would be, if you wanted to cut it, you would just stencil it onto a piece of wood, or you could also do a canvas with it. There's, you know, so many things you can do with that. I'm trying to think of which brush I want to use. Worst paint in the world, oh no. Oh, Johnny, I'm so sorry, honey. Okay. We're going to do the glasses next. So I've just got a 10/0 spotter brush, or it is also known as a 0 liner brush as well. So I'm just going around and we're going to paint the rims of the sunglasses here. And if you guys, if I missed any of your questions, I'm really truly sorry. It's hard to have your head paint down while you're painting and then catch the comments too. So same thing here. I'm just adding a little bit of pressure. I'm not pushing down on the brush all the way. And that's just giving me a nice smooth line. Okay, right back on this side. Okay, so now we're going to just do the little edges right here. Where the sunglasses go into. All right, I'm going to go back, just hit this red real quick with this one, and then let's freehand some cute little hearts on the saddle back or blanket, whatever. I don't know what it's called. Help me out, guys. What is this called? Saddle blanket? I don't know what you put on llamas. I just know that my kid's obsessed with them. Okay, so I am going to use my stylus. Oh my gosh, they are. My 11-year-old, she's getting into the spirit. It's been kind of a little bit of a rough year for her. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to outline this. Why? Because I just thought how cute this would be. I think it just needs a little extra pop. And then Haley Jo is just my youngest. She is 9. And she's just, everything is so fun. She's loving Christmas. She's been excited to wrap presents. And so she's been wrapping everybody's presents. They need a little bit of work, but she's loving it. So she's been our little Cindy Lou Who in the house for sure. It's been fun, and it's been fun. She's been loving her Elf on the Shelf. Today, the Elf on the Shelf brought balloons, and she made a big sign, and the sign was like, congratulations, first day of winter, or winter break, or happy winter break, I think is what it said. And she had balloons outside their room. So it was pretty fun. She loved it. So what I'm doing, you guys, is I'm just taking my embossing tool, getting it with some paint, and we're just adding some hearts to the bag here. Maybe one more right here. Okay, so I'm kind of liking that. What do you guys think? Oh no, Robbie, you are not. We have people of all different ages. If anything, I'm probably on the younger spectrum. A lot that are in here. Casey's a little bit younger than me. And then I believe we have another cubby that is a little bit younger than Casey, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But we have everybody at all different walks of life, all different spectrums, so. But I've always gotten along with people that are not my age. I was raised by basically adults. I wasn't an only child, but in some ways I kind of was. My mom had me 8 years after my would have been youngest sibling. So I kind of was always used to just having older people around me. Okay, I'm going to hit this one more time with the red, and then we'll put the red away. So I'm kind of the baby, but yet I'm kind of almost an only child slash oldest child. I don't think I exhibit oldest child behavior, but I definitely have the baby syndrome a little bit, and only child-ish. Dinner is calling. You better go get that. Although some days you feel 80. I'm sorry, Cece. This year has not been good on you, has it, my friend? Okay, I'm going to hurry and throw this red back in. We will get the nose, do some highlights, and pretty much call her good. I was thinking we could either glitter the tassels and the glasses is what I was thinking would be kind of fun to do. What do you all think for the glitter? Because you know we got to add glitter to her. Let me grab my black here. You know what? Before I do the black, I'm going to hurry and get this yellow because that's going to take a little bit longer to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the yellow. This is Sun Bright Yellow. I'm going to grab the back of my big brush here. And we're just going to hit that circle. Okay. Yellow is done. Not too much yellow. All right, so black. Ooh, I just caught a glimpse of her in the camera. I'm thinking I'm liking her. So I'm going to stick with that 1/4 inch angle brush again. It's got a little bit of red built up in it, so I'm just cleaning that out. Okay. And just get some junky old towels. I know Al said that she uses the dollar store towels, which would be great too. I have just a bunch of my old kitchen towels or bathroom towels, and I've just ripped them to make them smaller for when I paint. So I'm trying to be really careful that we don't grab too much of the red, but where we're painting with black, it's a little bit more safe. Okay, there's one lens done. Oh my gosh, I think she's so funny. I love when I giggle at my drawings. Most of the time I do. I really enjoy sketching and drawing. I kind of always did. I used to just doodle, and then my doodles turned into a little bit more. And like I said, I never really realized that I could paint. Till I was like, I want to make a watermelon sign. And then did my world change. Okay, glasses are done. We're gonna get the nose. Whoop, I hit that with yellow. Did I take off too much? No, I didn't. Okay. Okay, nose is done. I'm not doing the mouth with this brush. We're gonna go in with the liner brush. Yes, I used the back of the brush for the dot of the flower. So I just used my big large brush like this. This is a 3/8 of an inch brush. So big one, and it has a nice, here, it has a nicer tip to it. I know I've got paint all over my hands, but that is just as like when we do the stylus with the little hearts, same thing. It just makes it a little bit easier. You could even add little dots into the blanket, you know, and really have some fun there. But the back of your brushes, you guys, use them. They are awesome at helping you. And then you don't have to be super precise on your flowers and everything else. Okay guys, so what I'm doing now is I'm just going in, adding some detail lines to our flower. I'm gonna go in and get the mouth here. So when you're doing detail lines, you're gonna barely touch down in different spots. So I'm not gonna do too much of the detailing with the darker. I think I'm gonna go in with the gray a little bit, but we'll get the face here. And then when you're lining, always make sure that you're going back for more paint. It helps a lot. If your paintbrush gets gunked up, you can't find the stylus. Did you check my affiliate links? I have a bunch of everything that I use to paint on my Rachel's Crafty Corner. It's in a Google spread doc, and it will give you all of my links that way, and you probably will be able to find it that way. Or if I remember after this is over, I will send it to you, Cece. Okay, so we're just going around the frames here. There we go. Gonna hit right here. Okay. Oh, I forgot to paint the feet. Whoopsie, we'll do that in a sec. So we're gonna get the blanket. When we do these outlines, you guys, it just really brings it all back to life where you can really see everything starting to come through. Another thing too, if you're having a hard time with the paint gunking up on your brush, you can add just a little bit of water to your paint, and that will help when you're outlining. Okay, Cece. Okay, Cheryl, yeah. I'll send you guys the link if you can't find it. And by the way, hey Cheryl, I can't remember if I said hi to you or not. You went to the dollar store? That might have been a scary time. Like I said, we went to Walmart earlier with the girls. Whew. I was like, hurry and get everything. We're not even looking. Get the heck out. It was a lot of people. A little bit crazy, for sure. Okay, so I'm just doing these little swooshies with the tassels just to kind of add a little bit more texture and depth to them. So now I'm just doing little half circles. I'm going to add a little swishy, zigzaggy thing that I like to do with mine, just to have some fun. Whew. that could have been bad. All right. Right here. We'll add some. Grab a little there. Oops. What are you guys thinking? You having fun? All right. Couple more of these and we will be good as new. All right, let me get her feet real quick. Hey Lillian, how are you? So cute, thanks Nancy. Okay. I am just grabbing a 1/2 inch. Sorry you guys, the numbers when you start painting, that's like the first thing that rubs off on your brushes. So you're like, I think I know what I'm painting with. Okay, I'm gonna just get her feet real quick here. And then we're gonna use the drizzle gray and just add a little extra spark. Because it's white, you're not gonna get that light highlight. So we're gonna use the drizzle gray for the white highlight on her. And I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm still going to prime these before I paint them for you guys, just because I feel like it did take a little bit more time, and we don't wanna do that. Okay, so because we're working in such a light space, I'm gonna use the drizzle gray. This is one of my favorite grays to use. It's a pretty light gray. It's one of my favorites to use for highlighting. Okay, so we'll add a little zigzag here. And just throw just a little bit. I'm barely touching in places. I think we need a cute little zaggy there. Try not to touch these hoofs. There we go. And you know we're gonna add some glare to these glasses. It just got to. Okay, and then for her ears, I am actually going to hit a little bit stronger with a line with the gray for the ears. And I promise you, I have not forgot about this flower. We're gonna add some fun to this flower a little bit, because I'm not digging how it's turning out. Okay. So as you can see, that gray just kind of gives a little more texture. I think we need a zigzag there, and one maybe right there. Definitely one right there. Okay. Gray is done. And this bottle on my white is so gunked up that we're just gonna hit a little bit of white here. Love the sunglasses. Oh, I'm so glad you do. I had so much fun. I was glad. Oh, I forgot to hit those. Just just a little bit. I wonder, nope. I had fun with the sunglasses. The whole reason why I decided to do the llama was because of the sunglasses. I saw a little llama that had sunglasses for Valentine's, and I was like, oh, I've got to do this. Okay. All right, white, here we go. White's gonna be super easy. We're not gonna have too much to it. I'm trying to be really careful that I'm not gonna pull too much of the black paint because it's already kind of wet still, but we'll just add a little bit. So we don't want it to show up as gray. All right, nose. I'm gonna just hit a little bit with the white there. All right, let's have some fun with this flower. So I just did a little ziggy there. We're gonna add just a little bit of white to the flower, but I'm also gonna come in, oh, wait a minute. The saddle needs a little bit of white. And the tassels. Oh, please. Okay, tassels. Ooh. Almost got my hand in some paint there. We're going to add these little swooshies to the tassels. You could add little dots, whatever you like. You guys know me. I like to do my little ziggy zags. That's what I just do. Add a little bit of highlight. Same with right here. Just a little highlight. Okay, and I'm going to use the back of the brush. Why? Because I feel like this blanket's just not 100% in love with it. So we're just going to create some polka dots. With the back of the brush. Same as how I would do with the stylus as well, or the embossing. It's called a stylus or embossing tool. You can use it for either word. I've seen it used either way. Okay, I'm liking that much more. We had to do something with that blanket. That blanket was just too dull for me. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit of white with the glasses as well, even though we did a little bit of gray. Just going to get a little more shimmer to it. And we're going to call it. I'm calling it. However, we're going to have to dry it just a little bit so you can see the blanket. There we go. Glasses. She's looking pretty hot, but we got to add some glitter, right? Such a hot llama. Yep. Okay. We're glittering her up. She's got to have some sass, some sparkle. I know why my paint's not drying. I didn't have my heater on. It's been a little bit warm today. Okay, so I'm going to come in with the heat gun here. Like I said, remember not to stay in one spot too long. Okay, these polka dots are just about good enough. Okay, You love it? Yay! I had fun with her. I didn't know how she was going to turn out completely, but I had fun. That's all that matters, right? Okay, let me grab one of the yucky brushes, because you never want to use your good ones. You can always take the good ones that once were good and use those, but don't use your good ones, because the glue will definitely gunk up your brushes. Or you can use just cheap ones that you can get at the dollar store or whatever, and use those. So we're gonna glitter up these tassels. Okay, so glue is done. Woo, almost wrong lid. So cute. Thank you guys. I love when you guys love it. All right, where's my glitter? All right. I'm going with the darker pink a little bit for here. And this is just Mod Podge, guys. I'm just using the top of the lid. I get my Mod Podge from the dollar store, but I mean, you could buy the big bulk. I just like the control of it in a little bottle a little bit more. And it's $1, so. All right, one more. And you guys, the little lines, I know it gets hidden with the glitter, but remember, we'll use that stylus tool and it will pop it right back. We'll be able to see those detail lines that we did. Oh, shoot, I forgot to do the flower. We'll go back and do that flower up top. Okay, here's some red. Oh my gosh, what do you think if we added red where the outline is? I think that'd be cute. We might get a little bit crazy with the glitter, because why not? Let's make this girl the sassy llama. Let's make the sassy llama even sassier. Ready? Let me see if I've got a thinner brush. This one will work. Okay. We're going to add some red glitter. Ooh, and I think her glasses. What do you guys think? Should we do glasses too? I think we are going to do some glasses. She's going to be extra sassy. Okay. So there's the glitter. Ooh, I love that. Okay. And let's go right here. Let me not do the flower. But I'm thinking these glasses need some attention. They need to stand out a little bit more. Changing my mind. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm glad I did that. What do you think? Woo woo! I am loving her. Oh my gosh, she's cute. Yeah! You opt for the glasses? Good. I'm glad. We aim to please. Okay. Mod Podge is the way glitter is going to have the lid on it before I knock it over. Okay. Now the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stylus tool. The blue, we can almost see it, but we'll kind of come through red We'll move this around just a little bit, just so that we can see those little highlighting lines that we did before, because we want to see that. Hold on, that got a little gumped up. Right here. And right here. So all we're doing is just kind of etching out where that glitter was that we had before, so that you can see the lines a little bit better. And there she is. Let me flip, you guys. Where is my mouse? There we go. So there she is. Yay! I love her. So we did the shading up here. You can see the pink, the shading. We added some fun with the polka dots and all that. So, like I said, the template is pretty basic, so that you can add and have some fun with it and add to it as you want. I think it's fun to create, but then let yourself go wild. You know, do some fun. Let it go. You know, and always add glitter. I always am putting my paintbrush in my mouth. I always do. My husband laughs his butt off at me all the time. It's like, how does that taste? Amazing, right? All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I will maybe see you guys tomorrow on Lori's Zoom call. So cute and sassy. Thank you. She has to be, right? So I'll maybe see you guys tomorrow on Lori's Zoom call. You love the shirt. I love Buddy the Elf. Love it. I love everything Christmas. So anyways, I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas if I don't see you, and see you guys later. Thank you, Cheryl.